Okay, welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classics Non-Classics. This is episode of 1260 and Doubleshot number 1162. Like I said in the last video, one Marvel trade, one DC trade. First up it is X Factor by Leah Williams, Volume 1. Collecting X Factor, Volume 4, issues 1 through 3 and 5. If you're probably asking the question, Nick, where the heck is issue 4? Why isn't it in the trade? There's a good reason for that. It's part of the X of Swords crossover. Yep, this is a brand new version of X Factor. Yes. Now, the thing with this X Factor is, it's a revival of the old Peter David series, X Factor Investigations, because people love that one. So, my guess is Leah Williams must have realized that, so revive that concept of what went with the Krakatoa stuff. Yes, and believe it or not, they actually had this series set up in an issue of Excalibur of all things. And this team is quite interesting. It's basically initially formed to investigate the apparent death of Amora, the twin sister of Northstar, who does appear in the series, along with his husband. Yes, they do keep that fact about him. He's still married. I'm like, where the heck has Northstar been for the past several years? It seems that once the Astonishing X-Men ended, it's like he very rarely appeared. Astonishing X ended was about 2013, I think it ended. And this book came out roughly just this year. Yeah, but just this year. 7 years later. And his appearances were so... I think he did appear for Heroes vs. X-Men. But yeah, his appearances were so sporadic. Like, wow. What the heck was this guy doing for 7 years? And where the heck was his husband? It's almost like I think Marvel had forgotten the fact that Northstar was still married. And thank you, Marvel. Well, thank you, Leah Williams, for keeping that little factoid about Northstar. So, Northstar and Rachel Gray start to investigate what happened with Amora. And along the way, they recruit for new X-Factor investigations, which basically she nominates Northstar to lead the team. Which is interesting, because I don't think Northstar's ever led a team before. Despite the fact he's been on a team for years, but he's never led a team. If you're curious, though, despite the fact, yes, this character was a fellow member of Alpha Flight, he never led it. Nope, it only had about 3 leaders. It had Wolverine, the Guardian, aka James Hudson, and his wife, Vindicator. Those 3 are the only 3 people I can think of who led Alpha Flight. Northstar never led it. So, who else is part of this really interesting roster? Well, aside from Northstar and, well, of course, Twin Sisters on Series 2, we also have Dawkins here. Yes, Dawkins. Though they're working with Rachel Gray. Interesting. We also have, we also have iBoy. Yes, iBoy, a character from the Jason Aaron Wolverine the X-Men series. Yes, iBoy. We also have Polaris and Prodigy. Yes, Prodigy is in the series. Also, here's something interesting about Prodigy that I think is quite dumb of this character. Apparently, someone that began to out this guy as gay. Despite the fact this character is made out with a woman. He made out with, I think it was Surge. He made out with Surge. He was in a relationship with her. And then some idiot Marvel thought, hey, why don't we out this character as gay? Despite the fact he's had a relationship with a woman. Yeah, also they investigated the apparent death of Wind Dancer, though she's brought back. They also confirmed that she was killed by Adam X. Yes, a guy who was... It's kind of confusing about Adam X. He's apparently supposed to be Charles Xavier's nephew. Or at least his son from an alternate timeline. It's kind of weird. Yes, but the thing is, Amora's death is traced back to frickin' Mojo of all people. Yes, Mojo. A character has not appeared at this point for about 2 years. His last appearance was back in Mojo Worldwide. A crossover between X-Men Blue and Gold. A really good crossover that has mostly put Mark Guggenheim and Colin Bunn's love letter to the X-Men franchise. Yes, and they also make Shatterstar, who is not wearing the Rob Liefeld look anymore. Nope, they dropped that look for some reason. Now you're probably thinking, Mojo, is Longshot here? Nope, he is nowhere to be seen. Yeah, as for why in the world that they brought him in here, no idea. Look, here's Mojo. Yes, Mojo. Actually, I think it's been like 3 years since his last appearance, because I think it was also I've got to show this off here. At the end of issue 1, when they finished investigating the death of Amora, the X Factor team gets their own base, the Boneyard. Yep, make its first appearance. I believe it was issue 1. It's basically designed to be their home and basically their office. Yes, Krakatoa has got a skyscraper on it, which this is interesting for a PI team, because when Jamie Mandrix of the team, he let it out an actual office, not a freaking skyscraper, which, well, given the fact me in Southern Country now, so why the heck not? So, oh yeah, and they also keep the fact that, well, the fact that Dokken is still bisexual. Yep, he's still bisexual. They still keep that little factoid. Yeah, also, yeah, Polaris in the team. We also have appearance with the 5, who actually are like people in charge of resurrection protocols. Also, here's Shatterstar. Now you're probably thinking, that's not Shatterstar. Where's his poofy collar? He still has his swords and the mark on his face, but wrong attire. Yep. Why the heck they changed his outfit for, I have no idea. I'm sure when Lifebelt sees this, he basically more upset. Yes, more upset. Though, the thing is, the first arc is only 3 issues. 5 is simply put basically, now the end of issue 3, it leads to what was going on in the events of, well, X of Swords. And the 5 are there basically to debate of reactivating the resurrection protocols, because they had temporarily suspended because of the X of Swords event, because people were dying in their place and they had trouble bringing him back. Yeah, the character Roxley got killed off in the story. Yes, Roxley, a character from New X-Men. And one thing I appreciate with the trade, they throw in basically a blueprint of what basically what is actually in the Boneyard. On the top portion, number 1, it's actually the flying deck. Number 2 is Kyle and John Paul, aka Northstar's suite. Lorna's suite is 3, just below that. Below that one is David Video Trevor's bedroom. I think it's iBoy. They have Jean Marie's bedroom. Akaro, which is basically Dokken, basically the guest bedroom. We have Leisure Air, Hanging Gardens, official X Factor use meetings, laboratory, investigative offices. So, they investigated that, and possibly, at the end of this, we have possible start of a romance between Dokken and Amora. Which, if you're curious though, I don't know where it goes anyplace. Though the thing ends with apparently, we see the apparent death of Siren. Yes, the daughter of Banshee. Though this is kind of quickly resolved in Excalibur, where she does not want people investigating her death for some reason. I have no idea why. But this is definitely a good start for the series. Though, in case you're curious, though, why in the world would why would the X books have one issue of the series, part of the X Swords crossover? No idea. I'll eventually review it when I get a chance to finish reviewing the other stuff that came before X Swords. But this book is good. I give this book roughly I'll give it a 9 out of 10. It also got good artwork too. Yes. Artwork is by David Budden. The thing about X Factor, despite being sort of a investigating, it's more like, in a way, this is sort of like being like X Factor, despite being X Factor investigations. They're more like the police force for Krakatoa, because they don't have a police force. So, why not have X Factor? Which I'm curious, though, okay, if you have X Factor investigations, where the heck is Jay Mandrix? Where is Strong Guy? Where's anybody associated with the previous X Factor team? When it's X Factor investigations, I have no idea. Yep, but excuse me. The series is good, and the series is just starting. Yeah, I think it just the recent issue came out. I think it was issue 6 or 7, and Marvel started another series for the X books, Sword. Yep. Though this was the most recent book Marvel started for the X-Men franchise, just prior to X Swords, and we have another new series, Sword. Though the one that basically I'm teasing for our Children of the Atom, that's coming out like in a couple months. All right, so moving on to the final trade of the Sender. Yep, all this ends. Yeah, if you're curious what happens in here, okay, we have Tim basically in the story reunites with his brother and basically sees his brother's girlfriend, though he doesn't say it's his girlfriend, but clearly it is. The Harvesters, basically the kind of the main villains of the series, do get defeated, and it's a good ending to the series. Not much to know about, but Jeff Lemire and Dustin did a great job with basically the finale for the series, and it's like the big epic finale. It sold really well. I'm gonna give this book roughly 9 out of 10. We're thinking, wow, that was quick. You reviewed 6 trades really quickly. Well, because not much talk about comes to Sender. Like nothing against Sender for Image, because Image is a good company for put out good books. Like lately, they haven't put out anything really bad. Though I don't read every single book that comes out of them. The only reason why I read this series is because Jeff Lemire wrote it. That's the only reason why. Final thoughts on this series? It's just good. It's really good. Oh, by the way, the subtitle for this one is called The Machine War. Yep. So yeah, that's a particular review. And that probably could be it for the videos that I could do in the Comic Corner today, but I just think maybe. Okay, so that's it for this particular review. Stay tuned for possibly another video if I don't get a chance to get down to the which possibly could be Comic Corner. If not, stay tuned for tomorrow for my reviews for 7 Deadly Sins. Yes, I'm going to review that tomorrow. And like I said, website, we can watch it from we'll watch it, along with the newest episode of ReZero. Okay, till next video. Bye.